Hello, it's Mr. Barnett here. We're going to be talking about our final review of solving equations and inequalities. We've been doing this for a while now. We're going to finish this up this week and we're going to move on to something else, but I wanted to make sure you understood this, give you a little refresher. We're going to go through it decently quickly here, but I'm going to do a couple of these. That way you can use that as a reference guide. So let's start with number 4. Let me grab my snipping tool here. All right, so number 4 is negative 3 times the quantity of 3 plus x equals negative 3. So we have lots of 3's going on there. First thing you need to do is something called distributive property. We've used that before. You're going to take this negative 3 and you're going to distribute it to the 3 and the x. So negative 3 times 3 would be negative 9, and negative 3 times x would be negative 3x. And that is all equal to negative 3. Now we have a simple two-step equation. So we're going to add 9 on both sides. Always try to add or subtract first. And you want to put your whole numbers together. This one has a variable with it. So negative 9 plus 9, it cancels out. You get negative 3x is equal to negative 3 plus 9. So what would that be? That would be 9, 8, 7, 6, positive 6. And now simply divide by negative 3 on both sides. And x is going to equal negative 2. And remember, you can always check your work by plugging it in. So negative 3 times the quantity of 3 plus negative 2 equals negative 3. 3 plus negative 2 is the same thing as 3 minus 2. So that would be 1. So negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Is that true? Absolutely. So we got the right answer. That's all you have to do there. I know we've been over it a million times. You always want to do the opposite of what's happening to your variable. So step 1, we're subtracting 9, so we're going to add 9. Step 2, you're multiplying by negative 3, so you're going to divide by negative 3. Let's see what else we have. Now we'll do an inequality example. We'll do this one, very similar to what we just did, a little bigger numbers. So this one is solving an inequality. Follow the same steps, except there's that little rule when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. I'm sure you all remember that. So first thing, you're going to distribute your negative 5, on both of these. Okay, so this is read negative 5 times the quantity of negative 2 plus x is greater than or equal to negative 30. So first we're going to distribute. So negative 5 times negative 2 would be positive 10. Negative 5 times x would be negative 5x. And all that is greater than or equal to negative 30. All right, so we have a similar situation as we had last time. You want to see what's happening to x. So negative 5x is being added to negative 5x. Okay, that's one way to look at it. So you need to subtract 10 on both sides. Sorry, my handwriting's so atrocious on this thing. 10 minus 10 is 0, so you get left with negative 5x is greater than or equal to negative 30 minus 10. So remember, negative 30 minus 10 would just be negative 40. All right, so here's where we need to remember something. You're going to have to divide right now by a negative number. So that means we have to flip our sign. We're going to divide by a negative number. Okay, negative 5 divided by negative 5 would just be x. Sorry, had some technical difficulties there. Back to this one. We were at negative 5x is greater than or equal to negative 40. Simply divide by negative 5 on both sides. And then here's where we have to do the goofy thing here. So the negative 5 divided by negative 5 would just be x. But you need to flip this sign. Okay, so that's going to be like that instead. It's the opposite. So instead of greater than or equal to, now x is less than or equal to. Then negative 40 divided by negative 5 would just be 8. So x is less than or equal to 8. Then we go up here to our number line. We put a circle at 8. It is filled in. It's a filled in circle because of the line underneath. If it's equal to, you have to fill it in. That means it includes the number 8. And then the arrow shows us which way to go. So we need all numbers less than or equal to 8. So it's going to be this direction all the way to infinity. All right, that's it for those. If y'all have any questions, please contact me. We'll have some meetings on Wednesday if anybody needs help with this. Thank you. Have a good day.